Welcome back to my series on grief. Today we're going to be addressing specifically again what it feels like to grieve after miscarriages. And I want to talk about the emotional and physical aspects of it and the stories we tell, right? There are many people who won't announce a pregnancy until after 3 months, just in case they say that's when most pregnancies, are viable and you will be able to carry full term. But many of us lose or have a miscarriage at about the 12-week mark. And like I said in my previous video, my body still kept acting as if I was pregnant until like 15 weeks. And then that's when I couldn't take it at all. And I'm bringing up that story again to discuss how it feels to feel betrayed by your body and grieving the betrayal of how our biology failed us, right? That's how I felt. I felt, oh my God, I have this love for someone I don't know who isn't fully formed, and I can't wait to share it and guide it and grow it and all of the good things. I personally really enjoyed being pregnant. Even when it got uncomfortable, for the most part, I really enjoyed being pregnant. So how could something my body did and helped me have a child fail me in such a horrible way, right? My first miscarriage was the fetus was there, but there was no heartbeat at about 12 weeks. And so that was very devastating for me. It made me start to believe that I was so broken that I could only grow death. It's really a big leap, right? From having my first miscarriage to feeling that way. But it was such a surreal moment, such a heart-stopping moment for me when the ultrasound, you saw the embryo, and it developed until about 12 weeks, but there was no little flutter inside. And you can't deny it. And you have to make so many choices in the room at that moment. How are you going to deal with that? How are you going to deal with eliminating the rest of the pregnancy, I guess is the best way, or eliminating what isn't viable in your body? Are you going to wait for your body to naturally just let it go, or wait? I chose to wait. I was taking like black cohosh, which to this day I hate, to help my body just realize that there isn't a live fetus inside of me and to let it go. But my body didn't do that. My body kept reacting as if I was pregnant. So it just messed with me. I had all of the hormones. I had all the things that you have at that stage of pregnancy. Nausea, oh, such bad nausea. Smells were super overpowering to me. And I was like, what is going on? I thought I took care of myself. I thought I knew how to do pregnant. I had done it before. I thought I was prepared, but I wasn't. And my grief was multi-layered. Not only could I not maintain a pregnancy, my stupid body didn't even know that my baby wasn't growing, wasn't thriving. My stupid body didn't even know that it should let it go. My stupid body was still creating all of the pregnancy hormones. I was still just like devastated. And you're in the room and you see that picture, and my lovely husband was there being really supportive, and my doctor has like the best voice, that my doctor at the time. And he's like, I'm sorry, he let me get comfortable and gave me my options, which I'm not going to repeat here because I don't want to deal with people's own opinions on what a baby is and what isn't. We're not going there. We're just dealing with the mother, with you as the person who loses a pregnancy. And like I said, my choice was I wanted to wait, and my body wasn't cooperating. And so when I had to have my DNC and go through all of that, my doctor was really kind. He was like, miscarriage is not uncommon. Did you know that this happens often and it's okay? The good news is you got pregnant, which means you could get pregnant again. This is all really good news. These are all really good positive traits. You've got this. You can do this. And none of that made me feel any better. My husband was super kind and held space for me and, let me just honestly crawl into bed after and grieve and be really sad. It was really hard to not be able to share for 3 months that I was excited to be a mom again. It was really hard to not tell everyone who saw me, who knew I was a little off, what was going on. Like, why was I off? I didn't really want to discuss it. And at the same time, I was looking for connection with anyone else who understood it, who could understand what grief feels like and how I was struggling with the betrayal of my own body. And I really didn't know how to move forward from that for a really long time. The internet wasn't like what it is now. There were no groups for me that I found that I felt like safe in or I could fit in, or where people wouldn't say stupid things like, number one, you can always have another. Number two, I guess there was something wrong with the baby. Three, well, I guess it wasn't viable at all. Maybe something was wrong with it. Not making the mom feel any better. Um, don't worry. That none of that helps. Really, I think hugs help if you are a person who is consoled by physical touch and the embrace, like you just feeling safe and okay to cry. And And then all the questions, when do I try again? How do I try again? What happens next? So, that feeling? Have you been in that place of pain and grief and longing? It's just a combustion of emotion. Grief, pain, longing, hopes, dreams, and then your body not cooperating. So I just want to, in this next few moments, just say, I'm really sorry if that's happened to you. I'm really sorry if you know the pain of keeping a pregnancy that you're happy about a secret and then losing it and keeping that secret too. I want you to know that you don't have to keep it secret. Those are old rules. And if those rules don't work for you, then fucking don't do it. Don't do it. Find someone who has empathy, who can listen to you. Find someone like a healer, right? When I work with people who are going through the grief, we really explore it. We really go there and get to say and feel all the things that you usually can't do because you have a job, you have other responsibilities. So for an hour at a time, you have this space to collapse a little and then build yourself back up and make choices that are really the choices that you need to make. We figure out the best way and I call them rituals for you to grieve, right? I really like writing a letter. So I wrote a letter to the baby I didn't have. And a while later, I wrote a letter to myself. And I can't even read that letter because it's just so sad. It's just really sad, but it was a safe container to do it. And I'm a big believer that you have to feel it to heal it. That's my like number one Holly's healing tip. You must feel it to heal it. If you're always shoving down this grief or putting on a brave face, then you're not being real. It's really hard to move on or reconnect with other people. Or if you are going to try to be pregnant again, then you'll have too much fear in your body. And I also believe if you have all that fear in your body, how are you making space to love another soul in there? So, just a few things to think about. If you are grieving, I highly recommend that you write a letter to either the unborn child and or yourself And in it, I want you to add a letter of forgiveness for yourself. I'm really sorry that something caused the pregnancy to not go full term, but I don't want you to loathe or hate yourself. I don't want you to beat yourself up. I don't want you to do anything radical to yourself in your grief. I want you to feel the grief in other ways and then process it and move forward. If you have questions or comments or want to know more about that, please leave a message or DM, and I'm happy to reply. I hope you have a great day.